Item 12B is the approval of the estimated tax levy in accord with the Truth in Taxation Act. Finance Director Hannon has crafted this item. And if there's any questions.
All right, Madam Crafts Lady, could you tell us what this is all about?
Okay, so included in the packet are each of the levies that we have. We have SSA 6 and the debt service referendum. Both of those are done by ordinance. So those are done when the debt and the bonds were established. So those are already set and there's nothing we need to do with those. But I put them on here for informational purposes. The police pension, the prior year we received $316,000. What we've done is include a 4.7% increase, noting that what happens is the county and the state have what's called a PTEL rate, which means it's inflation. So what we are allowed to get is any incremental tax assessment. So if you have a new development, that gets added to your base, and that's allowable. So that will go towards the 4.7%. So you get, say inflation's 1.5%, we would get 1.5% plus the increase in the actual assessed values that will come from any new developments. So that's why when I do the tax levy, I include that in there, and because if I don't put that in there, we will only get what percent we include in there, so we could lose some of that incremental increase. And because our police pension amount is somewhere between $600,000 and $700,000 a year, this only covers roughly half of it. So we want to make sure that we can levy the full amount that we could get. The SSAs, each of them talked about the extension that we did receive from the prior year. Is also there's a cap based on the EAB of each SSA, and so what I did was include what we need, or what the cap is. If you look at SSA 1, it's at the cap. SSA 1 has a negative balance in it. It's about $100,000 is due, so we never seem to totally fully get the amount from that SSA. So we definitely levy at the max. SSA 2 is also at the max for the same reason. SSA 3 is one of the levies that was heavily taxed earlier, and now there is a reserve in there, so we do not tax at the total amount, so we just basically levy at a portion to reduce the amount that's in reserve, but to also give us some cushion in case there are special projects that we may have to do in case the sewer needs to be lined. So we want to make sure that there's always a reserve.
If I could interrupt for 1 second.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are all sanitary systems?
Correct. And so we're levying until we know what we're going to do with those. SSA, so SSA number 4, if you note that it is in excess of the EAB limit, but that is also to capture any new development. So we will only get whatever the cap is, but you always want to levy a little higher to capture the full amount. SSA 5, as we noted earlier, the cap is 0.18%, so that is $64,600 is the amount, is more than likely the amount we'll get at the maximum. SSA 8 has a cap of 1.41. We are at the level of the amount that we need. We still have roughly $200,000 left from the debt ordinance that was established for the note payable, because SSA 8 owed us $400,000, so we're down to 2. So in the next few years, that is the one that is related to flooding, and so we just need to recoup the amount so that we can recover our note payable. So that's why that amount is in there. And so the total tax levy from a corporate and special, which is the one that includes the police pension plus all the SSAs, is going to increase 2.72%. Now, since that amount is under the 5%, which is the required amount to posted in the newspaper, we are under it, and none of them are at over 5%, so we do not need to post. But this information I'm providing you is just for discussion. At the next meeting, we will have all the ordinances, and it will be the first reading of the ordinances, and then the second meeting after that will be the approval, and then they will be given to the county for submission, and so they will have them to start levying for next year. So, are there any questions on any of the levies or any of the line items?
Just a quick one. When does it due? When you say give it to the county,
I
what's the
believe
deadline?
in December.
And it's-
the last, I think it's right before Christmas.
It has
So
no-
we completed earlier in case there's issues.
All right, that has nothing to do with the airport and whether they report their report or not.
No, that's the
That's
CAFR,
good.
but that's
Right.
already been completed and submitted. So we're good. I think we did have to do a TIF extension, and so I just need 2 signatures, and that will be submitted, so.
Okay. Questions? Alderman Williamson?
I'd like to put this off until Alderman Ludwigson has an opportunity to opine on it as well.
All right, the motion to table it, is that what you're
Well,
saying?
there doesn't need to be a motion, because this is really for informational for you.
Oh, that's fine.
And so at the next meeting will be the ordinances, so then you will have 2 more
Right.
meetings to discuss.
Then there will be,
And that's fine, I just want him to have opportunity to
Oh,
look at
absolutely.
it and
He has 2 more
opine,
meetings.
just the same, and ask his questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
got
definitely.
that covered. What else? Anyone else, please?
Nothing.
No question.
Alderman Messmer? Good. No legal opinions or anything?
None at this time.
Thank you very much. Moving